From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
Within seconds, the President of the United States will announce your fourth stimulus package. I have all the breaking details in advance of that fourth stimulus package being announced to the American people. And what's going on? Let's get to it. You've seen the third stimulus check and third stimulus package, the $1,400. In this recording, I'm going to go over what happened with Wave 2 and Wave 3 and why it's still coming in the mail. Wave 1 was delivered March 17th. Wave 2 was March 24th. But Wave 3 is happening today. All the latest, greatest details across the board. $1,400 third stimulus checks are still landing in bank accounts right today, and they could be landing in the mailbox tomorrow. Meantime, out of nowhere, shocking developments happening this morning and suddenly hitting this evening as a sudden push from IRS hit out of nowhere. What did IRS announce? A tax refund of $10,200. Yes, $10,200 tax refund is coming to viewers of this channel. Incredible, great news. Where did this come from? Elsewhere, what will be happening with that $1,400 third stimulus check later this week? I have all the details and more. And if you're on SSI and SSDI, how many reoccurring stimulus checks are you going to get under the fourth stimulus package? I have all those details as well. It's a big night. As a lot of things are happening, the president's about to address the American people about the fourth stimulus package. I have the big shocking developments from Treasury and that $10,000, $200 rebate that's happening in just a few days and more. Let's get ready to rock and roll as a big Afternoons recording gets underway right now on this channel as Afternoons LALATE kicks into gear. Wow, what an afternoon it is, as a lot of major developing details are just hitting in a few seconds. I am so revved up. I hope you are too. $1,400 third stimulus checks are landing in bank accounts today as third wave is underway. Meantime, the president's about to address the American people with a fourth stimulus package. In just seconds, I'll be cutting into that live video, and guess what? You're getting $10,200 as a tax refund. The IRS announced minutes ago. Oh my goodness, this is a great day. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. This is so exciting. I messed up the opening remarks so badly. I mean, whatever. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And boy, I'm going to be cutting into this video as soon as it goes live. The president's about to address the American people for the fourth stimulus package. President Biden delivers the remarks on his economic vision for the future. This is the fourth stimulus package. I'll have the live video for you as soon as it happens. Let me explain what you'll be hearing in that live video. First, you will not in the live video hear the mentioning of reoccurring stimulus checks. Why? Because that will be coming from Senate Democrats who have already told the president, 20 or 50 of them, that when the bill lands in the Senate, they're putting that in by amendment. So you will not hear in this address any mention of reoccurring stimulus checks. The Democrats are putting that in the Senate from the 20 or 50 of them. The second thing you need to know is who would get those reoccurring stimulus checks. You would. So everyone on this channel that's looking for a third stimulus check, you would get these reoccurring fourth stimulus checks. How many? Every month until the end of the year is what they're proposing. How much? Insiders believe it's going to be $1,400 to $2,000. When would it start? It wouldn't start this coming month of April. It will likely start around May. But everything could change with this whole group. You never know how they're going to do it, or they're going to do it retroactively. But boy, let me tell you the huge breaking news seconds ago. This is literally just off the wire. The IRS just issued an advisory that if you have filed your 2020 tax return and had claimed taxes on your unemployment benefits from 2020, they will be issuing you refund checks starting in the month of May. Congratulations. So if you paid taxes on $10,200 of unemployment benefits you received in 2020, and you make less than $150,000, this is you. This is huge, great news. IRS says that they're going to give the complete advisory about it over the next few weeks. Let me explain what this means, because it may sound complicated to some viewers, and I bet it is. First, if you haven't filed your tax return, Treasury is saying we're going to still clarify that for you as well. And that is for people who haven't filed their tax return, did take out for taxes their unemployment benefits every week, or even didn't take out for taxes. IRS is going to have that advisory in the next few days. But for people who did file their 2020 tax return, IRS just announced they're sending you a refund check starting in the month of May. You don't have to do anything if you filed your 2020 tax return and paid taxes on that unemployment. This is huge. Now, let me make something very, very importantly clear for you. This is federal taxes. This is not state taxes. 15 or so states have said, I don't care what the federal government does, we are still going to tax you on a state level basis. So they are not going to honor that on a state level basis. You have to watch your individual state across the board. Boy, really great news. People didn't know if that was going to happen or not happen. I'll be cutting into the live video from the White House as soon as it happens. And I want to ensure that if it does happen, you see it by the minute it occurs. What happened today and what is still happening today? Well, what happened today is third wave. Every wave has a deposit of a check on a Wednesday. The direct deposits today have effectuated throughout the day. With about 2 hours left here in Los Angeles, you could still see direct deposits occur. On the East Coast, you only have 15 minutes left. So if you've not seen a direct deposit occur on the East Coast, it will not occur today. It'll also not occur tomorrow or the rest of this week. Let me explain what's going on. Each stimulus check has gone on, each wave of the stimulus check has undergone a weekly rollout. Your $14 third stimulus check rolled out in wave 1, March 17th. In week 2, it rolled out on March 24th. Today was week 3, March 31st. Let me explain what a wave means in a second. Next week will be wave 4, and the week after that will be wave 5. Every wave starts on a Friday. They send out the money, the IRS, they send out the money every Friday, IRS. On Saturday, they update the tool to indicate who got the money on that Friday. On the following Wednesday, the direct deposit occurs. And then Thursday and Friday, the mail checks land. How does that work? I'll have all those details in a second, but let me cut into the live video now of the president addressing the American people about your stimulus.
So I know how critical infrastructure is to our communities. That's why I'm so excited about Joe Biden's Build Back Better plan. Nearly everyone agrees that we need to modernize our roads, bridges, power grids, airports, and railroads. That we need to invest in new energy technologies and American-made manufacturing. But what President Biden is proposing isn't just an investment in infrastructure, it's an investment in good union jobs. It's an investment in good schools and strong communities. It is an investment in the future of so many forgotten paths in America. My brother teaches at Pine Richland High School in Gibsonia, just north of here, the same high school we both went to. The kind of investment Joe Biden is talking about would mean so much to his school and to his students.
I'll cut back into the Biden announcement when the president addresses the American people. What happened in this current third wave? Well, that third wave of the American people, that third wave of the $14 third stimulus check went out last Friday for delivery by direct deposit today. Last Saturday, the tool updated itself, and today the direct deposits occurred. Which banks posted direct deposits today? Viewers of this channel have told me in private messages that they received direct deposits of their $1,400 third stimulus check today from U.S. Bank, Chase, Wells Fargo, and also from Direct Express by Comerica. They also got it from some small credit union banks. Which banks prepaid before today? NetSpend and MetaBank paid earlier this week to viewers of this channel the third wave of stimulus checks. Now, what's important to understand is that there's still unpaid Wave 2 mail checks, and there are still pending Wave 3 mail checks. Wave 2 mail checks are March 26, and hundreds of thousands of viewers have been waiting for these to land. They are landing, and they're landing late. They are very late. They landed on Monday, and they landed on Tuesday, and they landed today as well in the mailbox. So give it time if you're looking for a March 26 Wave 2 mail check. For Wave 3, those mail checks are landing later this week, April 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Will they be on time? Will they be delayed? Or will they be early? Hard to tell just yet. If they are on time, they'll occur by those dates. If they're late, they'll be up to 4 to 5 days late, like a Wave 2. If you're watching this channel and you did not get a direct deposit today, and it's the end of the banking hours, 5 o'clock where you are, what should you know? I'll cut back to that in a second, but here's the President of the United States about to address the American people about your forced stimulus check package for the first time. Let's listen in as the President addresses the American people.
Thank you. Gov, Mike asked me, and say to Bobby, my good friend, he asked me back there, he said, "Do you ever get nervous?" And he said, because I got up this morning, made breakfast for my kids, so I got to introduce the president. And what I say to you, Mike, you did a heck of a job, but I'd get nervous if I had to get up in the middle of the night, climb up a telephone pole, replace in the middle of a storm a connection that knocked out everybody's electricity, put a transformer in. That's what would make me nervous. So what you did was really good. I couldn't do what you do, pal. I couldn't do what you do. And I want to, and it's true, Mike, you're a union guy. Me too. I got in trouble, but I don't make any apologies for it. I'm a union guy. I support unions. Unions built the middle class. It's about time they start to get a piece of the action. To all my colleagues, from the county executive to the mayor, to everyone that's here, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Congressman, for the passport into your district, and I appreciate being here. I'm honored to be with you. 2 years ago, I began my campaign here in Pittsburgh, saying I was running to rebuild the backbone of America. And today, I return as your president to lay out the vision of how I believe we do that, rebuild the backbone of America. It's a vision not seen through the eyes of Wall Street or Washington, but through the eyes of hardworking people, like the people I grew up with. People like Mike and his union family, union workers in this Carpenters Training Center. People like the folks I grew up with in Scranton and Claymont, Delaware. People who get up every day, work hard, raise their family, pay their taxes, serve their country, and volunteer for their communities, and just looking for a little bit of breathing room, just a little bit of light. Ordinary Americans doing extraordinary things. People who break their necks every day for their families and the country they love. A country that, in fact, which on the day I was elected was in extreme distress, with the virus on a deadly rampage that has now killed over 500, I carry it in my pocket every day. I have the list of exactly how many have died. 547,296 Americans dead from the virus. More than all the people killed in World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, 9/11. 547,296 Americans. And an economy that left millions out of work and created so much anxiety. That's why I moved so quickly to pass the American Rescue Plan with the help of my friends here in the Congress. I really mean that.
What you're listening right now to is the president's first unveiling officially of the fourth stimulus package.
You got it done because it was an emergency. We needed to act to save jobs, to save businesses, to save lives. And that's what we did. We're beginning to see the results. We're on our way to having given 200 million vaccination shots in the first 100 days of my presidency. When I said I'd get 100 million done, people thought it was a significant exaggeration. We're going to get 200 million done, twice the original goal, because of all the help of all of you. Leading economists are now predicting our economy will grow 6% this year. That's a rate we haven't seen in years and years.
Let me cut back to what's going on with your $14 third stimulus check right now. Your third wave of stimulus checks went out last Friday, and they went out last Friday so that they would land this coming Wednesday by direct deposit. They did. Viewers of this channel got direct deposit of their third wave of the $14 stimulus check today from Direct Express by Comerica, Bank America, U.S. Bank, and some small banks, including credit unions. Meantime, if you do not see a direct deposit today, Wednesday, March 31st, when would you likely see your check show up? This is what you need to know. If you go to the irs.gov tool and it shows no results for your name, then understand there's hundreds of thousands of viewers of this channel who are Direct Express Comerica card holders who show a check coming instead in the mail March 26. Those checks are late. Some of those checks showed up on Monday, some showed up on Tuesday. Understand you may be among those checks holders whose checks are in the mail for Wave 2. You may also be a Wave 3 mailed check consumer because those checks are coming later this week. That's the April 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th checks, and also 5th. IRS confirmed today to viewers of this channel, and also confirmed in collective statements tomorrow, that under no circumstances should anyone presume that they are only getting a direct deposit on April 7th. Rather, some will get it on direct deposit April 7th if it's not already coming in the mail on or before that date. Takeaway is very simple. You need to watch the mail every single day because your mail check may already be in Wave 2 or Wave 3. Wave 2 mail checks are landing now. Wave 3 checks are landing later this week. So you could get your check by mail even before Wave 4 hits by direct deposit next week. When would Wave 4 hit by direct deposit? If your Chime Cash App, Big Bang, Chime Cash App, H&R Block, Green Emerald card, or TurboTax, you could see it post the day or 2 days earlier, like net spend. Also, if you are big bank consumers or Comerica Direct Express card, it would only post on Wave 4 on April 7th. Meantime, April 14th is a date for the VA recipients. Yes, VAs are receiving stimulus checks in Wave 5. But again, here is the important message to understand. That I've had veterans receive stimulus checks on Wave 1, 2, and 3. So you need to watch the mail every single day as a veteran because your stimulus check may come in the mail, not by direct deposit, on Wave 5. The takeaway is very simple. Stimulus checks are on their way in both the mail and also by direct deposit. For viewers on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Rural Benefits, for veterans, for Direct Express by Comerica card holders. They're not going in just one place on one day. Number two, every bank has paid a stimulus check every round, and every bank will continue to pay stimulus checks. So no particular bank is on one particular day across the board. That's what's very important to understand. Meantime, let's cut back to hear more about what the president's saying right now.
Part of the plan, it modernizes transportation infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our airports. I just left your airport. The director of the airport said we're about to renovate the airport. Is that right, Mr. County Executive? We're going to renovate. We're going to employ thousands of people. And she looked at me and said, I can't thank you enough for this plan. It grows the economy in key ways. It puts people to work to repair and upgrade that we badly need. It makes it easier and more efficient to move goods, to get to work, and to make us more competitive around the world. Some of you local officials know when someone wants to come in the area and a company wants to invest, what do they ask? Where's the first rail bed? How can I get to the railroad? What access to interstate do I have? What's the water like? Tell me about it. It goes on and on. It's about infrastructure. The American Jobs Plan will modernize 20,000 miles of highways, roads, and main streets that are in difficult shape right now. It'll fix the nation's 10 most economically significant bridges in America that require replacement. Remember that bridge that went down? We got 10 most economically significant bridges with more commerce going across it that need to be replaced. We'll also repair 10,000 bridges, desperately needed upgrades to unclog traffic, keep people safe, and connect our cities, towns, and tribes across the country. The American Jobs Plan will build new rail corridors and transit lines, easing congestion, cutting pollution, slashing commute times, and opening up investment in communities that become connected to the cities and cities to the outskirts, where a lot of jobs are these days. It'll reduce the bottlenecks of commerce at our ports and our airports. The American Jobs Plan will lead to a transformational progress in our effort to tackle climate change with American jobs and American ingenuity, protect our community from billions of dollars of damage from historic superstorms, floods, wildfires, droughts, year after year.
If you're just joining me, you're watching the announcement of the fourth stimulus package. It's called the Infrastructure Bill. It provides for infrastructure renovations. The president has yet to mention climate because that's the part of the bill that Republicans don't like, where it mentions a lot of climate changes. He's also not mentioned the part of where the bill is going to be paid for. This will include increasing your corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%. It was previously 35% before Trump reduced it into the low 20s. Also, inheritance tax, capital gains tax, and wealth tax would be used as well. He will not mention stimulus checks in today's announcement. Why? Because those stimulus checks will be put in the bill by Senate Democrats, who said when the bill lands in the Senate, 20 of 50 Democrats will not support the bill unless they amend it accordingly, and they will have the ability to amend it. Let's continue to listen.
Investments. We're going to make sure, as the executive order I signed early on, that we buy American. That means investing in American-based companies and American workers. Not a contract will go out that I control that will not go to a company that is an American company with American products all the way down the line and American workers. And we'll buy the goods we need from all of America, communities that have historically been left out of these investments. Black, Latino, Asian American, Native Americans, rural, small businesses, entrepreneurs across the country. Look, today, up to 10 million homes in America and more than 400,000 schools and child care centers have pipes where they get their water from, pipes that are lead-based pipes, including pipes for drinking water. According to scientists, There is simply no safe exposure to lead for a child. Lead can slow development, cause learning behaviors.
Let me give you the big recap of what's been going on today and major announcements just minutes ago from Treasury. The major announcement from Treasury minutes ago was huge, that if you filed a 2020 tax return already and paid taxes on your 2020 unemployment benefits, heard that third stimulus package get passed, wondered what about the $10,200? Insanely great news. The insane great news is that Treasury announced minutes ago for people who filed their 2020 tax return, they will issue a tax refund to you automatically in May. You don't have to do anything. This is insanely great news. No one saw this coming. They also said for people who have not yet filed their tax return, did or did not take it out for unemployment when they got their weekly benefits, or were about to prepare to file tax returns, don't worry, they're going to have advisories for you in the next few days as well. They're moving relatively quickly, so this is great news. All right, let's cut back to that $1,400 third stimulus check. This is what you need to know. Today was wave 3, March 31st. Viewers got direct deposits of their stimulus check some today. U.S. Bank, Direct Express by Comerica, also so small banks, Bank America, and some credit unions. If you did not get a direct deposit today, it's not coming tomorrow. So let me explain what you need to know between today and Friday. Between today and Friday, your stimulus check may be in the mail. Why? Because there's a lot, hundreds of thousands of viewers who have checks pending in the mail because the IRS tool shows it pending in the mail. They are Wave 2 recipients whose check results in the IRS tool shows March 26 as their mail check date. When they go to the IRS tool, it shows March 26 as the mail check date, and yet they've not gotten it. I say that about every day this week, about a couple hundred more get it in the mail late. So the great news is the March 26 mail check is coming. It's late. But if you're watching this channel right now, you may be in that mail wave check, that wave 2 mail check date as well. So your check may show up in the mail unannounced tomorrow. Additionally, you may be a wave 3 mail check recipient because those wave 3 mail checks are April 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They either show up early, on time, or late, 4 to 5 days. Takeaway is you may get a mail check, Treasury confirms, before wave 4. So do not sit back and presume that you're only getting it by direct deposit on April 7th. Earlier today, several viewers in separate who don't even know each other reached out to me in private message and said they spoke to Treasury earlier today and they said, thank God for you, LALATE, because you said exactly what they said to us over the phone. It is not automatic that everyone goes to direct deposit on April 7th. It is not automatic that everyone is getting by April 7th. Rather, they said very emphatically, we have sent out hundreds of millions of checks and millions of checks are still on their way. You may get it in the mail before April 7th, so do not stop looking at the mail. Takeaway is a mail check could land in your mailbox anytime between now and April 7th. Watch your mail every day. If it's not in the mail, then if you are a big bank consumer like a Chase or a Bank America or a Direct Express by Comerica, it would land by Direct Express April 7th. If you're a smaller bank consumer and you don't get in the mail between now and April 6th, watch the direct deposit on April 6th because small banks like Chime release it a day earlier. Meantime, if you're a veteran, some veterans are getting it in Wave 5, April 14th by direct deposit, but I have to tell you this as well. I've had veterans get it by mail and by deposit every wave to date. So you need to watch each of those waves across the board. And with that, let's cut back to the president and listen in more.
2% of its GDP, its gross domestic product, on research and development. Today, we spend less than 1%. I think it's 0.7%. Here's why that matters. We're one of only a few major economies in the world whose public investment in research and development as a share of GDP has declined constantly over the last 25 years. And we've fallen back. The rest of the world is closing in and closing in fast. We can't allow this to continue. American Jobs Plan is the biggest increase in our federal non-defense research and development spending on record. It's going to boost America's innovative edge in markets where global leadership is up for grabs. Markets like battery technology, biotechnology, computer chips, clean energy, the competition with China in particular. Critics say we shouldn't spend this money. They ask, what do we get out of it? Well, they said the same thing when we first flew into space for the first time. They said the same thing. Well, pushing the frontiers led to big benefits back home. When NASA created Apollo's digital flight control system, unheard of at the time, it led to technologies that help us today.
As Afternoons LA continues, I'll be cutting more into the president's live feed if it continues to go on. But let me tell you the big update where we are as Afternoons LA continues right now. Hey, good afternoon. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. This is a big day with a lot of things happening. Thank you for joining me. It's birthday week, so make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Let me give you the big recap. First, minutes ago, Treasury announced that major statement that if you filed your 2020 tax return and paid taxes on your $10,200 of unemployment benefits from 2020, guess what? They're issuing a refund. And those refunds were coming in May. You don't have to do anything. Number two, if you haven't filed that tax return or you're about to file the tax return, or you did have money taken out for taxes when you got your unemployment benefits, they're going to have another advisory about that in the next few days. So that's great news across the board. Next, the direct deposit and the mail checks. Let's go over this. Mail checks, you got to watch that mail every single day for this $1,400 third stimulus check, because it could land in the mail any time, any moment. If you're on Direct Express by Comerica, they're coming also by mail. If you're a Bank America customer, they're also coming by mail. If you're Chase, they're also coming by mail. They're coming by mail. About 50% of all viewers of each type is coming by mail. Number two, if you are a certain bank customer, they're just dropping them every week. So Bank America paid wave 1, paid wave 2, paid wave 3. There's not one particular date for one particular bank. It's just coming each wave. Third, if you only look at a direct deposit account and don't watch the mail, it's a token for destruction. Why? Because if you miss the mail check and only look at the direct deposit and you miss this one, it'll take you 6 to 8 months to replace it. Yes, you do not want to miss that mail check. So do yourself a big favor and watch that mail every single day until the check shows up, whether it's in the mail or by direct deposit. Finally, the big great news is that fourth wave goes out this Friday, and that this Saturday, the IRS tool updates itself to show who is getting fourth wave checks. If you're on the IRS tool right now, and it shows no results, two things could be happening. Either one, it doesn't work, or two, it has yet to announce who's getting it this Saturday on next wave. Again, another wave is going out Friday, and that tool on Saturday will update itself to show who's getting it next Wednesday and thereafter by mail. Across the board, there's a lot of things happening today, and I hope you've been staying up with me about all these details. But guess what? There's more and more video coming up, and I'll be going live and answering your questions in that recording as well. I'll be answering your questions also about unemployment, because I know this $10,200 may be confusing some viewers, so bring your questions and comments. And also the President's Live then, I'll be cutting into that live feed as well. Stay informed, stay focused, keep on staying with LALATE. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. And stay with me as I'm back in about 3 minutes from now with another Afternoons LALATE, going into the live chat with you as well.